Hello traders, and welcome to the real weekend edition. My name is Des Woodruff, president and owner of freetradingvideos.com Incorporated, DBA Grok Trade, senior analyst, and your host for this video. And we have a number of things to talk about here. First thing, on Friday, closed the day up 260 points on the Dow, up 2.2%. The S&P up 1.95%. Knocking at the door 2%. NASDAQ went beyond 2%. Russell's went 2.6%. 2% here on the banks on Friday. Gold up a whopping 1.65%. Crude oil also up 1.3%. U.S. dollar down a full percent, and transportation index doing extremely well, up 2.83%. So the VIX down by 8%, and we are right at 30, right at that number 30. That rounds out Friday. However, we had Walt Disney led the blue chips higher today, rising almost 7%. Their fiscal fourth quarter profit jumped by 30%. That was interesting to see. And we have an improved political picture in Italy, together with a new prime minister there in Greece, and that's helping patch up the fragile investor sentiment. But some analysts say it could be short-lived, and we will be watching the technicals quite closely due to that. Matter of fact, next week all eyes will be on the progress on Italy budget measures, while fears over France emerge. Plus earnings, we have October retail sales and industrial production data, and November Philly Fed. And the better than expected report underscored the continued improvement the U.S. economy data have shown over the last few weeks. Jobless claims on Thursday fell on to their lowest level in 7 months, suggesting progress for the labor market. Let's go to FinViz here and show you where we're at for the week. And here we are for the week. 1 week financials have taken the biggest hit. Conglomerates, healthcare services doing the best, but financials, the only one for the week in the red. The last 2 days, we had a significant 3-digit run in the Dow. 2 big days in the markets. However, this big red line here in the sector, the financial sector and the sector groups listed here at FinViz, this is really troublesome. Because remember, the markets are only as strong as the financials. For the 1 month, financials are right up here at 3%. Basic materials doing fairly well, up 9.2%. For 3 months, financials the only one in the red. No good. For the 6 month, financials were really, really in bad shape, but starting to bounce back. But the problem is for the week. I don't like this. If anything, I wish we seen financials up here at a bright green at the top of the list, showing them from going, 6 months ago in bad shape to not as bad shape and then better shape. But instead, we have this that we're dealing with. So let's look at technical analysis. Looking here at the S&P Daily. The S&P Daily, we had boom, boom, nice run, but like I was sharing with you here recently, major trend line coming up right here, and then coming across this 1263 that I was sharing with you in the video right here, 1263. We closed at 1263, and it's not by accident we closed right there. It's because we had 2 areas of resistance is why we closed there, and we're not out of the woods yet. For us to keep going higher, we have the 50 or the 200 simple day moving average coming across and a major trend line. So we have a major area to be looking at around 1274, 1275 area. So if we go here to the weekly chart, in October was just a monster month, just a huge month, one of the best months we've had in 24 years. Boom, big rally to the north. then we chop, chop sideways. Well, what's interesting here is last week we made a lower high, lower low. That should have been the beginning of a down leg to the downside. However, for the week, we went sideways. So we're building a base, or almost a bullish pennant. That's showing a bullish sentiment as far as price action is concerned. And get this, we are staying above the 67-week moving average, which is really important. If I go back in time, it acts as support, then it acts as resistance right here, a little bit of resistance, we pop through, now it's support again. So as far as the S&P is concerned on the weekly, we look bullish. On the monthly, I can't say that as much. I know we're only, just getting into the month here in November, but we do have a higher low. We do not have a higher high yet. We're just break even at best. If we pop up here about 1300, that's going to be a major area of resistance. We have support here, come up, that will be resistance right here, or should prove to be resistance. If the markets are going to go bullish, we need to plow through 1300 and do it with a lot of strength. If I go here to the NASDAQ, let's take a look at this. The NASDAQ, we had this rising wedge, it broke down, but we haven't really lost any significant ground. We're staying up here choppy, 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 choppy. The area of choppiness has happened around 2600 up to about 2750 area, but this is called a trading range. So the trading range is developing at a high that gives a bullish preference, but all the moving averages have coiled onto each other. You can see this. They're wider out here. Go back in time. You can see how they're flared out. Now look how they're starting to coil. This builds strength. The question is, will these moving averages act as support on a breakout, or will they act as resistance on a breakdown? So there's a lot of indecision. But on a weekly chart, we go to a higher time frame that dwarfs the daily. So the weekly weighs more. Check this out. Big rally, 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 rally. We have the 67-week moving average. Support, 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 support. And we're moving sideways. We doji out for the week, showing indecision, but we're doing it above major moving averages. So we are building kind of a bullish pennant, a high base formation, which could rally north. I'd like to see us get over 2700, but we have significant resistance. Multiple lines coming in right here around 27. Right at 2800. 2800, gang, is going to be a huge area of resistance. So if we get up there, watch out. Make note of that on the monthly chart. We have support, support, we broke support, now we have resistance and resistance. We are at resistance right now. We come up, touch that, and came right back down. Lower high, higher low, indecision under a major resistance point. If this market's going to get bearish, it's going to hit this as resistance and start rolling over. Remember, the monthly chart dwarfs the weekly. The weekly here trumps the daily. So we have to watch all three for sure. Now, small caps. Here's the issue. If you look here at small caps on the daily chart, we're caught up in these moving averages. No good. Let's copy this. I'm going to bring this down about right here. Support, support, and resistance. So we have some resistance coming in right here, but we're caught up in these moving averages. If I go to a weekly chart, high base. But look at the purple line. The purple line, the 67-week moving average, instead of acting as support, it's acting as resistance. So we have relative weakness here on the small caps. But it's a high base. We have a doji. We could go bullish. But if we do go bullish, we're going to pop up here, run into some resistance. A lot of resistance at 800. 800 is going to be a major area to be watching for. On the monthly chart, pop, 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 major resistance at, this would put us around 770. So watch 770 first and then 800. Now let's look at the banks. I always like to do this. The banks, if you look at this, we had this nice uptrend, resistance, resistance, support. We broke support, but check this out. On Friday, we popped back up into this channel, this uptrend channel. The markets had to do that. We were just teetering on some significant damage on breaking down here and then falling apart. If you look down here at the MACD, this is the MACD oscillator, centered oscillator. We're going bullish right now. We're turned back up, heading into bullish territory, but we're just right at the beginning of that happening. If I go here to a weekly chart looks really nice. We had this nice run up, and no pullback. Where's my down leg? Didn't have it. So we have this high base that's building relative strength in the bigger time frame of the weekly chart. So that could be really good. But look at this. The weekly chart, the 67-week moving average, we're not even touching it. We're not even there yet. So the banks are showing relative weakness against the small caps. The small caps are showing relative weakness against the S&P 500, the Dow, and NASDAQ. So be watching that. The undercurrent, the undercurrent is weakening, or it is weaker than what everybody else is seeing right now. On the monthly chart here on the banks, breakdown, rallying back up, higher low, lower high, but major resistance coming up around 1670 on the bank index. Well, by the time many of you will be watching this weekend video, I will be in sunny Las Vegas. I'll be teaching a live mentorship. This is the second time I've done a live mentorship with a small group of individuals. When I say a small group, we're talking under 20. And so the mentorship's taking 3 days, but many of us are staying for another 3 days for the Traders Expo. And you can go to tradersexpo.com. If any of you guys are in the area, I would love to meet up with you. If you're in the area and you would like to get together and meet, maybe because one of those nights I like to, go out and we'll have dinner, and I love meeting people. And there at the Paris, there's a couple places that we can meet, and Paris Hotel. But if that is you, send me an email. My personal email is Des, D-E-S, at groktrade.com. Let me know, and we'll keep you informed of what we're doing. We have another mentorship coming up in December. If you'd like to team up, and if you want to learn how to trade, if you're done losing money, and you need to get to the next level of your education, you need a trading mentor. I have over 550 students, and I'd be happy to help you. So, as you know, you get the very best of tactical analysis and broad market review right here at Grok Trade. Thank you for being a user. I don't take that lightly. We have thousands of traders each day coming from 150 countries visiting the website and watching my videos, and a sincere thank you to all. Be very safe out there in the markets, and have a wonderful weekend.